Sega has forgotten these two Sonic the Hedgehog ports. Janjo! Hey everyone, welcome to the Janjo Zone. I know it's been a while since I've been on camera and really talked about Sonic. I'm hoping I can change that, but I've been getting used to my new place, my new pad, just got this new couch, and I've been busy collecting Godzilla figures because that's what people do during this global pandemic. So I figured I'd be on camera for this because it's been a while and I'm wearing blue and it kind of got me in the mood to talk about this to you, and that is Sega and Sonic the Hedgehog. And these are the Sonic the Hedgehog ports that Sega forgot.
Wait, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, because that helps me upload more videos and know that you like content like this.
So what ports am I talking about? Well, those who have been keeping up with my Janjo live streams, I've been streaming Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, but not just the Genesis versions. Well, I'm going to get to those eventually, but the ones I was playing was the iOS versions released in 2013. Now, for those who know, Taxman, Christian Whitehead, whatever you want to call them, they released Sonic CD, a re-release of it in 2011 that upgraded just about everything from controls, from graphics, from everything. It was the definitive version of the game, and it still is, because you can get it on Steam, you can get it on the phones, you can get it on pretty much anything Sega wants to release it on, because why would they want to release the original version? It was awful. Spin Dash had a delay, it looked bad because it was on the Sega CD. And yeah, it was a great, much needed improvement. So it was only a matter of time before the Taxman went ahead and tackled Sonic, the earlier Sonic games, Sonic 1 and 2. Now, unfortunately, he never got to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and a lot of people really hope that to this day he still gets there, but I don't know if we'll ever actually reach that destination. So for Sonic 1 and 2 that was released 2 years after Sonic CD, again, it was a much needed update. They added widescreen, it was 60 FPS, they added so many new features to it, like Sonic 1 had the Spin Dash and you could play as Tails and Knuckles in that, and they had leaderboards, and they had achievements and time trials and anything you could possibly ask for. Even Sonic 2 added a new zone that was initially cut out from the game, that being Hidden Palace, included a whole new boss and everything. And it's great because he was gonna add an extra zone to Sonic CD, but that was eventually scrapped and thrown into Mirage Saloon in Sonic Mania. But Sonic 2 got its own cool new stage, and that was awesome. These were great games. So how did Sega forget about them? Well, Sega forgot about them because every time Sega releases a new compilation, which they do just about every month, I'm not complaining about it because there's a lot of great Sega games, but whenever they do, they always release the Genesis versions of Sonic 1 and 2. Now these, I still think are good versions, but when you play the iOS versions from 2013, you go, why don't they just port these? The iOS versions, as I just mentioned, they're better in every aspect, and you can even still play the original versions of the game. You can take out saves, you can take out the spin dashes, you don't have to go to the extra stage. You can still play the original version, but in a widescreen 60 FPS format, and that's great, especially with Sonic 2 special stages where they're fully 3D rendered and they make them a lot more bearable, even though I hate all these half-pipe stages, all these half-pipe special stages in Sonic's history. But still, it is definitely a lot more playable than it was before. You cannot deny that. Yeah, they always release the Genesis version, and you think to yourself, why don't they re-release these versions ever? Because the only way to play them is on the Google Play Store or iTunes, and that's not really the best way to play these games. I want to play them with a controller. I want to play them on a console or on my PC without jumping through hoops. Because when I had to play them on stream, it wasn't really the easiest to find an emulator and find the control schemes and just kind of get everything to working. It was a task to do, and that shouldn't be the case for these versions that are better than the original. They're not just better, they replace the original, and I think I know why Sega doesn't release them. And I don't think Sega releases them because when you have Sonic CD, that was such a much needed improvement over the original Sonic CD. They added about everything that you could ask for, just like these games. But in the case of Sonic CD, was that Sonic CD, it wasn't, like, it was a good game, but it had a lot of issues that were more limiting to the hardware. This update from 2011 fixed all that. It made it the definitive game. With Sonic 1 and 2, the issue is that the games are already really good on the original console. These are the ones that Sega, to this day, are clearly very proud of, and rightfully so. They are still great games. They remain great games. Both of them. Yes, even Sonic 1. So when you have an update version from 2013 that adds a whole new flair to it, the fact is it's not a much needed update as Sonic CD was. Now, it still is a much needed update, but not quite to that capacity that CD was at. And I think that's where the issue lies, is that Sonic 1 and 2, sure, you added the widescreen, sure, you added time trials and super transformations and new sections for Knuckles and a slew of other fun things, but you still had the main original games that are still perfectly playable in comparison. And I think that's what Sega doesn't want to change. They don't want to make this like the new version. They don't want to have someone else create their whole new Sonic universe for them, even though we have proven that a lot of fan games tend to be better than the mainline games, like Sonic CD 2011, like Sonic Mania. I know they're not quite fan games, but they have fan games in mind to, hey, this is what we want, this is how Sonic should be presented, because this is what we loved about the game. And with Sega, it seems like they don't want to muddy their own vision of Sonic. They don't want to have this whole new experience and be like, hey, this is what you should be playing, not these original games. Compare Sonic CD, which was a lot harder to play unless you had a PC version, or an old PC version, or a Sega CD, or the Sonic Gems collection. And I think that's kind of sad, is that Sega doesn't release these games in any capacity, because again, with these 2013 iOS versions, you can play them more like the original, but in a modern sense. It's like hooking up a console to an HD TV. You know, you wanted to play, you wanted to kind of modernize it, but these iOS versions, they don't change the game. The core game is still there. They don't add any special crazy gimmicks or anything, at least nothing you could turn off. It's a shame that Sega doesn't want to release these in any collection, even just as a bonus, because again, it's only 2 games, Sonic 1 and 2. I think at the very least release them on Steam or something, somewhere that it's more openly playable, so these games don't inevitably get lost in the shuffle, because a lot of people actually either don't know about these ports, or know about them and don't have a chance to play them, or they don't want to play them on a phone, and that makes sense. I wouldn't. This is the kind of game that you want to play on a big screen because it's great. You can see everything in advance, everything looks crystal clear, and it's wonderful, and I absolutely love that these versions exist. And it seems that Sega openly, they actively want to forget that they even exist. I think that's really a shame. The fact is that they spent the work to make these games, and now they don't want anything to do with them, it seems like. And with that said, that's why I don't think that we will see a Sonic 3 and Knuckles update that a lot of people have been really clamoring for a long time. Even though it makes sense if you do Sonic 1, 2, and CD, you'd think at some point, but I guess they wanted to move all that effort into Sonic Mania at that stage of the game. I'm not entirely sure. But if one thing that I play these games on stream showed me was that it would be so much more fun to play them on a more standard way of playing them, for lack of better terms. You could tell that these games are amazing. They're great. These are the ways you should be playing Sonic 1 and 2. Defaultly, they replace the original games. There's no reason to play the original ones. And again, I think that's what Sega is afraid of. And that is why Sega has forgot about these Sonic the Hedgehog ports. So let me know what you think about this. If you'd like to see more Sonic discussions like this, on-cam kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. And if you like this, please give it a like. I really appreciate likes and shares because that lets me know that you like content like this. And I also have merch that should be up, or merch that's also new ones coming out that's also Sonic related. We'll see in the post-editing phase, or if you're watching this in the future, I'm sure they're probably already up. But I also have a Discord. We talk about Sonic stuff, talk about Dual Sauce stuff, other pretty much whatever, share memes, and of course I got a Twitter. I have to plug all this stuff in. It's how it works on here. So yeah, let me know. Have you played these Sonic ports? Let me know if you played them, or if you're even interested in playing them. And yeah, that's all I got about this. So until then, have a nice day.